Welcome to Potatoandbucket live, high among the skyscrapers of Gotham City, live from the Nerd Shack. I am Potato and Zach Van Devender, and right beside me I got my best friend, my partner in crime, my podcast partner,
Michael Beckett,
aka Bucket. So, how's it been going this week, my friend?
It's been going great.
It has been going great here too. Not going to get into the specifics, but I've had an awesome week.
I bet you have.
Per se. So, okay, now you and I seen a picture a little bit ago on the internet. I showed you, because you haven't seen it yet, so we're a little bit behind here. We understand, but you and I just saw the picture of Aquaman.
The new Aquaman.
The new Aquaman for Batman v Superman. Mm-hmm. Or his own solo movie. So what do you think about this exactly?
Well, I do not like Aquaman to begin with, but it looks like something just like straight up out of Cruising with Al Pacino. Just gay as hell. I mean, just leather and lace. I mean, mine as well. I mean, it just does not look like an Aquaman to me. I mean, blonde highlights, this is armor. It does not fly with me.
Well, for me, it looks like from the comic books a little bit. There was this run, I forget who it was by exactly, whose name escapes me. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, we went to dinner, me and Bucket here, and we went to Roosters and had a few shots of Jameson whiskey.
Don't get it twisted, motherfucker.
And some beer. So we're a little buzzed right now.
That's a little bit of an understatement.
We're gonna do this the best we can. By the way,
the best is we can.
You can look us up on Potatoandbucket on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Tumblr.
At
Potatoandbucket on Twitter. And you can look us up on Tumblr. You can look us up on Facebook.
We don't have a Tumblr.
We don't have a Tumblr? Yes, we do.
Okay, I've never had
and Pinterest.
We got a Pinterest and a YouTube and a Facebook.
And the YouTube and a Facebook.
All that great stuff.
But anyway, but yeah, you didn't like it, huh?
Not really.
Like I say, I think it reminds me of the way he looked in one of the comic books. He had this really kick-ass set of armor on him. I don't remember the tribal tattoos all over, but he had this really kick-ass armor.
I'm not a big DC fan. I'm really not.
Well, yeah, I mean, and that plays into it. You're not a big DC guy, but I'm hoping things get done the right way. I mean, even if it is a little bit of a darker take, I mean, I don't want to see Aquaman in the orange and green. I think that looks retarded.
Well, yeah, I mean,
but the fact that he has a trident and he's all warrior looking, I can get behind that. I'm down for that.
I mean, he likes taking like fucking porpoises up the ass. I mean, that's just kind of how he rolls. But
this is allegedly. Okay, now you had a topic of interest, I believe, that you wanted to discuss with me. The Bitcoin on Utorrent.
Oh yes. For you folks at home that have that use BitTorrent as a client for using
uTorrent.
I'm sorry, for uTorrent, if you use that as your torrent services for downloading torrent files, whether it be music or videos or movies, whatever. uTorrent is now, if you've downloaded the latest update, it is now basically installing software on your computer to use as a Bitcoin harvesting feature. Basically, they're making money hand over fist off of their users that have installed their latest software, and so yeah, in a way that's a pretty shitty move. I mean, they're basically installing software on your computer without your knowledge, really, and they're making money like crazy. So I mean, they're utilizing extra processing power on your computer and slowing it down potentially to make a lot of money. I mean, if y'all haven't seen the monetary value of Bitcoin far outweighs the currency of the United States dollar by far. So I mean, it's a pretty crappy business tactic. I mean, I remember the update whenever they started putting ads on uTorrent, like, hey, do you want to have a Russian mail order bride, or do you want to play this cheap ass video game knockoff of World of Warcraft, I can see ads. If they want to put ads, it's whatever. But to actually you try to install software to get bitcoins by using my computer to process to get these bitcoins, that's a tad bit fucked up. I mean, that's horrible business practice. And considering Utorrent at one time was the best. Utorrent was the best program to download torrents from. Now,
but can I interject with something? I know the U.S. Congress has said that Bitcoin, that there's no point in making laws because there is no way the laws can keep up with progression.
Right, but they're harvesting Bitcoins for themselves.
Right,
It's not to our benefit. They're basically they're installing software on our computers.
Okay, but now, regardless of this, are you down for Bitcoin transactions and stuff like that?
I mean, yes. I mean, if somebody has Bitcoins and and they've actually farmed for Bitcoins, or used a PC to earn Bitcoins, that's all great. But I mean, don't use a fucking software that I've come to know and love to try to take your advantage, for them. To take advantage of and use to harvest Bitcoins.
Right. Well, I mean, I guess, yeah. I see what you're saying. And I totally agree. I think that's the wrong way to do it. I mean, if you're going to harvest for Bitcoins, if you're going to ask for Bitcoins, practice. You need to let us know.
I wouldn't approve of it either way.
Right.
Shitty business practice.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, really, Bitcoins, if people that do earn them, be doing these activities on the computer or just running the computers to farm them, that's one thing. But to install software, almost like a virus, to try to get to use our computer for using Bitcoin for their own purposes, that's just messed up. I'm not going to support that in any way.
I agree. I totally kind of agree with that. I don't know enough about Bitcoins or about the transactions to really make a, you know what I'm saying? But I agree with that.
It's not a mainstream thing, but as far as using Bitcoins, but there is a few services that do accept Bitcoin as currency, and it is more at this time. It is more valuable than United States currency, which most currencies in the world are now at this point because our dollar is worth nothing almost, but still.
Okay, well, moving on from this hot topic, this hot subject, move something a little too lighter. You care?
Go ahead.
All right. So now we've been listening to some music on some YouTube just now, and have we gravitated towards the new stuff? That's my question. We have not gravitated towards this new stuff, any of it. Pop, country new stuff, rock new stuff. We tend to gravitate more towards the old stuff. Do you have a reason as to why that is? Or
us personally, it's just we actually have a good sound for music. We can listen to, what is good music and what is not in our own opinion. As far as we can pick apart what's actually done by an artist that's done in good. What's good musicianship, what if they play the instruments, if they record their own shit and they're good. But so many songs nowadays are written by people fucking sitting in a cubicle, and it's just fucking macroed out the door, and it's just complete garbage.
We've touched on this before about how we don't like manufactured music. We like real music. I mean, I agree with that wholeheartedly. We were just listening to Johnny Cash and Bob Dylan. I mean, that's real music to me.
Indeed. Bob Dylan, granted, whenever he's done live performances, he tends to forget some of his lyrics. I mean, but still,
come on, it's Bob fucking Dylan.
He is a hell of a songwriter.
It's Bob fucking Dylan.
It's Bob fucking Dylan. But, hell of a songwriter, but he does forget some of his shit. But what we was just watching a second ago, that was just pure pop, unadulterated shit that they just fucking...
They just try to sell you and be like, oh, it's good. But, old school fans want something with a little more substance, Is what I'm getting.
Sadly, there's not really that many old school fans these days.
No, there really isn't. That's the sad part. There really is no more old school
teenage
music.
girls that like, oh my god, the new Taylor Swift song's out, and she's talking about how she broke up with her millionth boyfriend, and she's so heartbroken, she's gonna fucking sing a song about it. I mean,
she's a replicant.
There's about like fucking, she has like in her own like fucking catalog at least 20 songs about her and her boyfriend
That's because she's a replicant.
She cannot make original shit.
She's a replicant.
And what we're watching now, we're on a YouTube randomized playlist on the most popular trending things on YouTube.
And now we're on some kind of Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel's funny, but not that funny. Anyway, also, there's another topic I wanted to discuss with you. Now, this is a little bit more. See, this kind of deviates from our normal formula a little bit, in the fact that we're just kind of going to get reflections of our thoughts on the way things are going. Like me and Becca have talked about. Right now, it is such a good time to be a nerd. I mean, it is such a good time to be, the nerds reign supreme, in which we do, in a weird way. The way we consume content is very different. Mm-hmm. You will agree.
Everything's streamlined now.
Right, everything's streamlined so quick. I remember the thrill of going to the video store, of going to the little mom and pop video store there in Chesapeake, my grandmother, and picking out the latest freaking horror movie. Sometimes old school horror movies. I loved old school. I was a big fan of Something Wicked This Way Comes, things like that.
We know you love Jason. I mean,
yeah, I do. And but picking out those old school horror movies like Psycho and things. But now, fuck, man, I can just punch them up on my PlayStation or punch them up on Netflix or YouTube or whatever the case may be and watch them instantly. You know what I mean? I mean, it's so, technology is so readily available.
Everything's so streamlined. Anything is at our whim now. If we want something, if we want to see something, we just have to search for it.
Right.
Whether it be YouTube or Netflix or Hulu or Amazon Instant Video. It's there for our command.
Okay, well, this leads into what I was saying, what I was getting at my point originally. Now, last week, you and I watched a short film of the Power Rangers, a Power/Rangers, really violent, really weird take on. By the way, I figured out, and this is for Beckett, ladies and gentlemen, I figured out who she was talking to in the beginning and during the whole interrogation scene. It was the second Red Ranger, Rocky.
Okay, so it was the second Red Ranger. So
right.
Rocky, okay.
The sound mixing wasn't so great. You had to really listen and know, but I mean, I thought it was well done.
It was Rocky instead of Tommy.
Right, it was Rocky.
Okay.
I thought it was really well done, really cool.
Very
but
violent.
the guy that produced that short film, Adi Shankar, I think's his name. Adishankar, Adi Shankar. Anyway, this dude, not only did he produce the Power Rangers short, he also did a day later a James Bond short, but only this was animated. But now, however, MGM took it down real quick.
Huh.
And he said, I can't really worry about whether they're going to react in the same way Saban did. He said, I have a First Amendment, but I want to ask you, like he said, that the world is changing the way we consume media, in which I agree with that. It's very true. However, do you think he has the right to just do that on any kind of movie?
In a way, yes, but in a way, no, because if something's copyrighted and if a company owns the rights to a particular title, you can't just independently go and make a short film on it. As far as the
Saban's very, very different from MGM and Eon. I mean, right, that's James Bond.
But still, if the company that owns the rights to the MGM to the James Bond franchise, some guy can't just go willy-nilly as he please and make a movie based upon James Bond and post it on YouTube because it's copyrighted.
Right.
It's technically copyrighted. To use the name James Bond and to use, his type of style, that is a copyright infringement. So, in a way, he really shouldn't be allowed to do that.
Well, now, I watched what his because I couldn't actually see the video, but I watched his Why Bootleg James Bond. And basically, he said that he wanted to show an aged 007, like we're talking Sean Connery's, from his era of James Bond.
I'll take great tits for 1,000, Trebek.
Yeah. My name is Bond. James Bond.
Dick hot to me.
Anyway, we're moving on. I mean, he said basically that he wanted to show an old James Bond, an aged James Bond, like Sean Connery James Bond, in today's era, in today's world, where he, the need for a super agent like James Bond has kind of fallen by the wayside. A kid with a computer can spy on wherever, and how would Bond's place be in this world? Now, me personally, I already think that Skyfall and the rest of them have answered this question, and I don't really think we needed something else that asked us what would Bond be doing in an age where he is no longer really needed.
Skyfall was a good example. I mean, there's really not much they can really do past Skyfall as far as, of course they're going to make another James Bond. Is what's his face still going to be doing the next
Spectre,
one?
yes. Daniel Craig is still going to be into it. It's going to be called Spectre, and I am excited about it. I can't wait. Like, we're going to midnight day that bitch. Oh, my God.
After Skyfall, it's like, what really can James Bond do? With
Skyfall, it really did ask the question. It kind of pretty much says 007, James Bond, you are a analog watch in a digital age. I mean, and really, it's true. But Skyfall was done so well that it needed it.
Skyfall was a good. James
it was
Bond
such a good. Oh my God! Isn't it one of the best movies I think you've ever seen?
It is definitely one of the best James Bond movies I've seen.
I mean, it's just so well done and beautiful. And
also the soundtrack. Oh my God!
The acting, the way Daniel Craig plays Bond is so beautiful.
Also, me speaking of the soundtrack, talking about new music in today's age, Adele. That woman can sing. She's very
her
talented.
ass off, right?
Oh my God! Like
God,
in today's world with like the way music is, Adele is like a shining light,
and not just a Skyfall song, but I mean,
her whole entire catalog, is amazing.
Great. Oh, it's wonderful. And
holy shit! I mean,
we're probably gonna get some flack from this on the internet, but fuck you. It's our show. We can say what the fuck we want. We say Adele rocks.
There's a lot of people that like Adele.
She fucks you in your ear pussy.
But she. I know a lot of women love Adele, but because her empowering voice. But like as a man, I
want to fuck that.
That's just inappropriate. But I love.
No, I mean I jack off to Adele sometimes.
Her voice or just her picture.
Her voice and her picture. Like when she's singing Skyfall,
that's inappropriate. But I'm talking about she is a very, very talented woman.
She is. She really is. I mean, all jokes aside, she is she's beautiful.
I mean, this is coming from a guy that I listen to some pretty weird shit sometimes.
Cannibal Corpse, baby.
I mean, I listen to some metal, but I like country and stuff like that too. But I mean, I listen to some pretty hardcore metal shit. But you turn Adele on, and it's it captivates me. Fucking Rolling in the Deep.
In the sky fall.
Don't even try to imitate it. This woman is amazing. But
she is amazing. I mean, oh yeah, I agree. And I mean, that was a good 21st century song to put on a Bond movie. I mean, I really like the Jack White and Alicia Keys for the Quantum of Solace theme song. Yeah. I thought that was a good song. I thought it was done well.
Jack White, he is a talented motherfucker.
Oh yeah, Jack White's talented as shit.
Especially whenever you get him and Neil Young together. That's
shit. Neil Young, fucking A. Also, Michael, there is something else I wanted to get your opinion on. Okay.
What's that?
There is a new DC comic book adaptation coming to Fox. Okay. It's called Lucifer. Now, now the name escapes me of who this comic book's by. However, it is It is about Lucifer, who vacates the throne of hell, and he comes to Earth, the shimmering sin of Los Angeles, to help the LAPD punish criminals. And I don't know about you, but I'm down for this show. I can't wait to watch it. That's going to be fucking awesome. As much as I love Gotham, if DC keeps their stride going, as much as I love as much as I love Gotham, as much as I love Arrow,
So
as much as I
DC
love
pretty much trademarked Satan?
more or less was Lucifer.
Same thing. They pretty much trademarked Satan.
I mean, but I'm excited about it. But my question for you is, do you feel that there's oversaturation of comic books
Yes.
content in the media right now?
So many Marvel movies, so many... Marvel is really the worst as far as, like, they have more movies than DC does as far as, like, coming out, but...
Well, man,
I mean... an oversaturation.
As I've said,
yes, they're good, yes, they're action-packed, but, like, it's like... My God, every single summer release is a fucking Marvel action movie.
I am a nerd, and I think that it's great that we have as much comic book shows as we do. Like now there's a few that I don't need. I don't need a Krypton prequel series showing Jor-El predicting about the planet exploding. I don't need that fucking show. I don't need an X-Men TV series. But I am excited for iZombie. I don't know how much of that I'll watch, but I'm going to check out the first episode. I'm excited for a Lucifer TV show. I'm excited for Supergirl. Are you excited for any of these, or you just want to, or were you just watching from a TV standpoint?
I just really don't watch I don't watch Arrow. I don't watch The Flash. I really don't watch Gotham. I mean, yes, I'll go and watch a movie. You know, I loved X-Men Days of Futures Past.
Isn't that such a perfect comic movie?
It was a good movie, but like they kind of fucked up some of the story. You know,
I mean, the way that movie comes across, the acting is superb.
The acting is great, but as far as like fucking
better than the Amazing Spider-Man 2, I have to admit.
I couldn't get into Amazing Spider-Man, but you know, it's just whatever.
It wasn't as good as the Sam Raimi ones, I have to admit.
Vivian, can I have a beer? Please.
Voltar Viv, the executive producer, she brings us our beers, comes up with
Vivian
ideas.
is amazing.
She is amazing. She is Batman. Not really. I am Batman. But she's cool. Anyway, so, man, but I mean, I don't feel that there's an oversaturation. I mean,
I do. I mean, between Spider-Man and between X-Men, it's just fucking too much. They're good movies, but I want to see some originality. It's like whenever it's almost as bad as whenever Canada went on strike. And like all the writers just like, you remember the writer strike a few years ago?
The Writers' Strike Guild of America, yeah.
Well, they're pretty much like they're all Canadian just about. So I mean, it's almost in that sense like you have the same movies.
We're stopping writing, because you Hollywood not paying us,
I won't go that freaking racist, but I mean, I'm just saying like.
Oh, I like Canadians, man. They're polite as shit.
I'm just saying like it was like nothing but Seth Rogen movies during that time frame. And as much as I do...
Seth Rogen movies are fun.
Some of them are.
And they are.
The Green Hornet, really?
Okay, the Green Hornet was a misfire. Okay, the Green Hornet fucking sucked.
And, like, the freaking... what was the movie where he played with, was it, like, Meryl Streep or whoever... Not Meryl Streep,
The Guilt Trip with Meryl Streep. That was a good movie.
No, it wasn't.
It was, too.
That was fucking horse shit.
Oh, my God. All right.
That was a bad movie.
So, now, have you seen any Oscar winners?
The latest Oscar winners?
Did you watch the Oscars by chance?
A little bit of it.
It was boring as shit,
we
talked
about this last time, like, a little bit. All indie films won.
I know, but was the Oscars not boring, though? The actual show.
I mean, like, the host...
But anyway, okay, so moving on a little bit. So what have you been playing lately? You got any games going on?
Let's see, what was like the Helldivers for PS4? That's a pretty fun game. I've been playing.
I hear that's good. I want to check it out. We're going to have to multiplayer stream that soon.
It's almost like freaking. It's almost like What's that movie from the 90s? Like Starship Troop. It's like Starship Troopers in a video game.
What's that movie from the 90s that nobody cares about?
It's like Starship Troopers, but in a video game.
Starship Troopers is fun for its age,
You're
man.
spreading democracy across the galaxies. This is pretty much like...
We're on a bug hunt.
I mean, yeah, there is bugs.
Come on, you apes. Do you want to live forever?
There's bugs that you gotta kill. There's robots, all kinds. But it is pretty much, in a nutshell, Starship Troopers in a video game. Pretty much, even co-op.
But we would play that.
There's friendly, any way and every way that you can be killed, you will be killed. Like, friendly fire.
It's comically hard.
It is from what I hear. Hard. It is pretty. If you
stand too close to a weapons drop, the weapons drop can actually crush you.
The weapon drops will crush you. If you even whenever a person will if you're in co-op,
yeah,
it's crazy because if a person will come into your game, if you have it set on public co-op, say you have two people playing, then a third person joins. If their pod can land on you and kill you if you're not paying attention when a third person joins or a fourth person. There's up to 4 people playing.
But I want to check it out. We're going to have to stream that one night.
I'll have to stream it on Twitch or something. It's pretty good. I mean, it's even if you have you can drop a turret to try to kill the hordes of enemies. The turrets will your very own turrets will kill you. I mean, it's just any way and every way that you can be killed by friendly fire, you will be killed. I mean, you have to really watch. I mean, it requires coordination and some teamwork to not shoot each other.
Something we have.
Yeah, I mean, it requires some work.
Because we are badass motherfucking gamers. Anyway, I meant to tell you, too, I've also almost finished... Well, I mean, I got a couple more levels to go. I've been savoring it. I've been enjoying it. I've been playing for trophies. Now, I know the trophies really aren't hard to get, but I've been kind of just taking it slow because I've enjoyed the story. I've enjoyed the graphics. I've enjoyed the experience.
Speaking of the order?
The order, yeah. I've almost beat it, and I just want to say that, man, it's a little bit longer than 5 hours. It's a lot longer than 5 hours, actually. But it is such a fantastic game. I mean, the story is beautiful. The emotion that you get from some of the scenes, it is genuine. And it makes you kind of feel for it. Like Galahad, when his buddy and his mentor, Sebastian Mallory, died, a.k.a. Sir Percival, I got a little misty-eyed, man. I was just like, oh my God, really? I mean,
you just ruined the game for people that are...
Well, that ain't the spoiler. That ain't the big spoiler. It just, spoiler alert. But it is such an amazing, beautiful, beautiful game, man. I hope that it gets a sequel.
It might.
I mean, I know people are pissed off about the pacing and about this and about that, but if you're trying to tell a story, and I mentioned last, like I mentioned last time, 6 7 hours worth of, amazing content. Is that better than 10 hours of padding? Mm-hmm. And the Alien Isolation, I love that game. It's beautiful. Its sound design is awesome, but it is literally about 6 hours too long. It is definitely padded. So my question is to you: what do you feel about padding in games? I mean, are you down with 10 hours worth of amazing content, or would you like to go on and on and on and on?
I definitely like amazing content. But, if it's not really long enough, as long as the DLC, if they provide padding, that's good. I mean, you don't want to be sitting there playing garbage. I mean, it has to be enough to, which everyone's opinion is different as far as what they think is amazing and great. But, if I buy a game for $60, it better have some content that comes with it that keeps me occupied. And, if there's DLC... If I'm paying my hard-earned money for DLC, it better be fucking great too. I mean, I don't want to play fucking a main game, then go and buy.
Well, I mean, okay,
DLC.
Evolve. I
okay, fuck Evolve.
Fuck Evolve.
Okay, I don't want to pay fucking $60 extra on top of what I paid $60 to buy the game, to be able to really enjoy the full experience.
Let me just explain something to you. Fuck you, Evolve. Fuck you, people at Turtle Rock. I understand that you did your best on the game. I understand the game's fun to play. But me personally, and I think my cohort agrees here, fuck you. Why didn't you deliver a $60 experience, whether it be multiplayer or not, a $60 experience? We would have, personally, I probably would have bought it. And if something came out with DLC later on, but why not release just a plain $60 game to begin with? Don't release me a $40 fucking game and then sell it at $60 and expect me to buy $50 worth of fucking content. I don't care about fucking skins. I don't care about this. What I care about is the fact there's only like 4 or 5 monsters. There's only 10 maps to play on when you first buy the game. Fuck that. I want real shit, real content day one when you release it. What do you think about that?
I agree. Skins are optional. You really don't really need skins, but as far as if you want extra hunters on Evolve, and if you want extra monsters, if you want extra maps, they make you pay for it. Okay. They pretty much just released the game and then DLC a couple weeks later. It's like, why can't you just release that and then make DLC?
They call it a DLC hub. Fuck you, okay? Fuck you, Turtle Rock. Suck my big cock.
Little cock, but they should have made the actual game what should have been released with it, and then waited a little while and then release DLC for it to
But don't release me a game that's $40 fucking dollars.
Here, buy the game for $60 and then a week later, hey, here's all this DLC that you missed.
Okay, but with the I know the order's short, but it has quality, amazing content. Don't release me a game that's multiplayer predominantly for $60. I'm not a multiplayer predominantly guy. I like story in my game.
Sadly, there's really not very many. There's a lot of games that can be single player, but
grab the phone. It fell off
that
between me, right there. Sorry, folks, we dropped the phone.
I can't even hear half what it fucking said.
Yeah, we can. It just dropped just a second ago. But anyway, I want a $40 experience for a $40 experience. I want a $60 experience for $60 experience. Well, what I'm saying is, if I'm going to get a $40 experience, I want to pay, that much for it. I don't want a full $60 experience when I'm only getting $30 worth of content. Your game sounds fun. It sounds interesting. And I am super stoked. And I meant to tell you about this. Of course, I'm a horror fan, as most of our listeners fucking know. But I'm excited about the game Summer Camp. That's supposed to be the Friday the 13th video game. It's episode 1. It's got Kane Hodder's playing the villain. People are thinking it's Jason. It's an asymmetrical multiplayer. 1 versus 5. One time, one person gets to be the monster. One person, they get to be the 5 counselors or whatever. How do you feel about that? Are you excited? Do you think
so? It's like Evolve, but Jason.
Yeah, and I'm down with that because from what I'm gathering, they're going to release it in episodes.
Fanboy.
Yeah, I'm a fanboy, but they're releasing it in episodes. They're not just going to release it. They're and from what I understand, they're not going to release it for that much. It's going to be like the Telltale games for $4.99 for episode 1. That's good enough content, right? For $4.99.
We'll see.
Do you like the Telltale games? Have you ever played Walking Dead or Wolf Among Us?
I've played Walking Dead season 1, but
did you like it? Did you enjoy it?
Not really, particularly because it was just kind of it was the same
Okay, but now
it's like watching a movie but pressing X or
square or circle. But I enjoyed that relaxation. I was able to just relax and enjoy the story.
It's like the Jurassic Park video game where you press.
Well, that's who did it. Was Telltale, the same Jurassic Park.
Yeah, press certain buttons at certain times, but you really don't really have any playthrough. You just have to press the button.
Now, how did you do it? Did you play it all the way through, or did you wait episode by episode?
I did it episode by episode.
Okay. So you waited months to do it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But you enjoyed your experience for the most part. Other than...
It was okay. It wasn't
Did you like the story?
Yeah, I mean, it was hit or miss.
Okay, so, but I mean, like I said, I kind of enjoy them. I think they're okay. I'm not a fanboy, but I mean, I think they're great. I want to play more. I want to try out the Game of Thrones. I want to try out. I don't really care about the fucking Tales from Borderlands, but I want to play Game of Thrones. I want to try it out.
Yeah, I can see.
You can see that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Also, so we follow we follow movie news a lot. We follow. Would you agree?
Yes.
We also follow fucking Twitter about movies and shit, and anal sex in the 80s.
Anal in the 80s.
Anal in the 80s,
why,
baby.
Okay, well, I was saying, on a side note, why is there a random YouTube video of a Congress session going on?
Because
you have the remote for the
because this
No,
is
it is
you
playing
need
on
to
random.
know.
It's just going on a playlist. And it's like, okay,
Because Mitt Romney is giving a speech. I guess that's Mitt
that's
Romney.
not Mitt Romney.
I have no idea who the fuck that
Okay, you
is.
really have no idea about politics, but I mean, that's some fucking old dude, but like, it's not Mitt Romney. I don't know, but I know there's freaking Boehner and what's his face behind him on the podiums, but like, they're all a bunch of fucking. Anyway, I don't know why. I'm gonna skip this one.
Well, folks, we're not a big political podcast here. We don't want to get into all
How
that
do your
bullshit. 'Cause
eyes
nobody
see
gives a
color?
shit. But
Yeah, I don't know why there was a fucking like Congress meeting on like a random YouTube playlist.
because it's fucking YouTube, bro.
I guess. All right, I'm sorry.
Cocksucker. Well, I better not say it. YouTube has been kind to us thus far.
That it has. We do.
It has.
Our YouTube.
I mean, it has. We're
We're not a big sensation, but we're trying to be.
We're not big sensation, but my
100
God,
views is great to us.
I am
man.
thankful for the fans and the listeners that we got. I mean, very thankful for
I
it.
mean, we've had 100 views on the first video, and I think right now on our second podcast we're at.
We're up to
50.
like 50. I think we have like 211 views on our first one, and 50
Yeah,
views on the
I
second.
mean, we're thankful for that. Definitely.
We're thankful for our listeners. We definitely are. I mean, you know, tonight for our listeners. Now, I don't have a mic yet. We don't have any cameras. But as you know, as we've talked about, I have no arms and legs. I know some guy asked how I masturbate last week, right?
That was interesting.
I have a fan, and
He was a racist fan because his thing like said like KKK something and
KKK 494.
it showed like some dude in a fucking Ku Klux Klan outfit, but like still, yeah, you had somebody that was curious about like how.
I have a fan.
He said, "How does Tater jerk off?" Okay.
How does Tater jerk off?
Tater pretty much uses his little nub that would have been his leg, and he rubs his fucking little pecker with it, and then there it goes.
Anyway, I think if it's cool with you, I think I'm going to stream the last couple levels of the order, finish it up,
Think so?
and put it out on Twitch. Y'all go check it out, see what you think. Tell me I fucking suck as a video game player. That's cool because I also suck as a lover. But besides that.
I mean, he has no arms and legs. I mean, there's really...
But I get laid a lot. I have to say. Okay, how did we end up down this red rabbit hole?
Craigslist. I mean, I don't know.
We ended up down some weird rabbit hole as we normally do. But Beckett, we were going to go see Chappie.
We was going to see Chappie, but
We ended up going out to eat, and because I know critics said it was bad, but we also want to save our movie review portion for stuff that people that listen to us really want to hear, which is about the Marvel movies and about summer blockbusters and stuff we want to watch.
yeah, Chappie, like it. After it got like literally a horrible review, like take it like from a critic's review, it got a 31%. Okay. The movie called The Room with Tommy Wiseau got 33%. And that's literally one of the most horrible movies I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it has a cult following, yes, but it's like the Citizen Kane of bad movies. And it got a 33, but yet Chappie gets a 31 by critics. How the fuck? I mean...
What the serious fuck?
I mean, yeah, people that have seen Chappie, like a normal Raiders review is like 68%, something like that. But still, critics, which we will watch it, but like the weather was kind of bad, so we kind of just didn't really we was hungry, so we went out to eat. We could have went to the movies, but we kind of was like, all right, let's eat instead. But,
let's do shots and eat instead.
yeah, we drank a lot of Jameson and a lot of beer, so we was just like, okay, let's go back to the apartment and do the podcast. We didn't watch the movie.
And I asked for the blonde chick's number, and she's sexy. Anyway, moving on.
Congratulations.
I'm congratulated and feeling happy, okay? She's cute. God, she's cute. Like a skinny, hot pair of
You
children.
think everything is cute and it's just like a fucking butterface with no tits and no ass? I mean,
Hey!
I may think most things are cute.
I'm just saying.
But
He does, like...
But who's the king around here?
King of what? Shit Mountain?
Yeah, that'll work.
Whatever you say, buddy. I mean...
I am the king. I get laid a lot. But anyway, moving on. Segueing out of this weird Zach getting sex life
more
rabbit
pity
hole.
fucks than anything, but okay, go ahead.
But I'm happy with that. You got me clear off track, man.
We're watching some guy kayaking down the fucking...
We were watching some kayaking guy on
Colorado River.
YouTube, and it looks awesome. I want to try kayaking one time. Would you try kayaking?
No, not with you, especially because I'd be doing all the fucking work.
Well, I don't mean with me, but
How
I
the
mean,
fuck
would
would
you
you
try kayaking?
If you fell out of the boat, how the fuck would you... Like, I can't swim, so you'd be fucking dead.
I can swim.
You just fucking porpoise swim? Like
I can porpoise swim. I can swim, though.
Like a fucking...
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so moving
He's a
on
fucking
to...
dolphin, everyone.
But what we were talking about booze, what are you looking forward to this most summer? I know Max Payne's on your list. What else is out?
Max Payne.
Not Max Payne. Not Mark Wahlberg. Mad Max with... I know that's on your
I was
list.
like... I hope to God they're not making another fucking Max Payne movie.
I know Mad Max and the
Mad
Hitman
Max,
is on your
okay.
list. I'm
Mad
down
Max,
for both those.
yes, that looks... Fury Road, it looks amazing. The next Hitman movie looks great.
It looks sexy, doesn't it?
It looks pretty good.
It looks pretty good. What about Fast 7? You down?
Not really. I'm tired of Fast and Furious movies. Like, yes, they're action packed. They're good for action movies, but this better be the last one. Like, I mean, I'm just curious, how are they going to kill off Paul Walker? This was technically...
From what I've heard, they're supposed to just retire his character.
How?
They're supposed to put it in a way that his character is no longer needed and it is retired.
But it shows him in the trailer.
It does, but apparently he's only in it up until a certain point, and then they retire his character.
What does Dom do? Like, skull fuck him and be like, hey, man, you're retired. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, like...
Well,
they're gonna have to kill him off. Like some dudes, like the guy from what's the trailer? Like the main bad guy from.
Well,
the
no,
last
they
one?
got it. They got his brothers to stunt double for him, and they're gonna retire his character in a nice, respectful way.
Who's the bad guy in this one? Isn't it like gonna be the same bad guy from the 6?
It's Jason Statham. It's Ian Shaw.
Okay, Statham.
Yeah.
Okay.
Statham, they show Statham at the end.
Thank you to our executive producer for fact checking Beckett.
Well, I know they're
Not me this
I know-
time, ladies and gentlemen.
I know they show
Beckett.
Statham, but I thought it involved like the British guy from 6.
It's his
Somewhere.
brother Ian Shaw.
Okay.
The bucket half of Potatoandbucket is not as nerdy. He's been working a lot, and he doesn't get time to be as nerdy as he normally is.
Anyways, like, I thought they was gonna like bomb Paul Walker's character's house, and he just dies, and they kind of.
I don't know.
They don't really show the body, but they're like, okay, he died.
Now we saw the Avengers: Age of Ultron trailer. You down for that?
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good.
Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver. I'm excited for it, man. God, I'm excited. Also, what about Ant-Man? You've seen Ant-Man trailer, haven't you?
I can't say that I have.
It looks really awesome. What about Terminator Genesis? You down?
Yeah, I mean, I can dig Terminator. I wasn't really too excited about the last one with freaking Christian Bale in it. I really wasn't.
Supposedly, Arnold Schwarzenegger has signed on to do 2 more.
Huh.
Yeah. So he's good that the Hollywood has an AARP plan.
As long as they don't make another fucking Expendables.
You're not an Expendables fan? Oh, God, brother. Expendables 3 was the worst movie I have ever seen in my entire life. Expendables 1 and 2, not bad. Expendables 3, I fucking hated. Fucking hated. Even though we had a Harrison Ford, I still hated it.
I'm not a big Expendables.
Also, how do you feel about the Fantastic Four? We've discussed this a couple times, and I've said the trailer does not really make me want to see the movie.
I wasn't really a fan of Fantastic Four ever.
But the trailer just makes it look weird.
The first two... No. I mean, like, Jessica Alba is fucking... no. I mean, it was horrible.
But
they were both horrible.
Okay, now I know what I'm going to hear when I hear this, but Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, how do you feel about this? Are you excited, my friend?
I'm excited, but nervous. Like, just because...
Explain the nervous feeling, my friend.
I knew, like, Disney taking over, if it's going to be good or not, which granted, George Lucas was a horrible writer. He's a great director, but he cannot write fucking dialogue worth of shit. But I mean, still, we grown up to know and love Lucasfilms. We have. And then all of a sudden Disney's owning the rights to everything, and it's like, well, we'll see. Like,
you wanted to be like the Hitler Reacts trailer on YouTube, right?
That was funny.
JJ Abrams gonna do this up with Disney XD stars. Nice. This trailer is the beginning.
For you folks at home that don't know, like, there's been like a bunch of like parody videos, but like they basically take the scene from the movie called Downfall, where like Hitler's like last moments, where where his empire is crumbling. There's been parodies of like that scene from Downfall, like on multiple things, but the latest one I've seen was the one from like whenever they're talking about Star Wars. If y'all get a chance, check that one out. Like, I mean, it's pretty funny, but yeah, I mean, it's just pretty much that kind of feeling. Like, I'm excited. If anyone in the room likes episode 1, 2, and 3, I suggest you leave the room now. I mean, it's pretty much.
Which, I mean, I found episode 1, 2, 3 enjoyable. I mean, were they the best? No, but they were enjoyable.
Jar Jar ruined.
Fuck Jar Jar in his fucking fishy fucking Gungan dwelling fucking ass. Fuck you, Jar Jar. And fuck you, George Lucas, for putting Jar Jar in a movie.
Jar Jar ruined episode 1.
Who wrote Jar Jar? I want to know. So I kicked that motherfucker's ass when I see it. Yeah, probably do it. It needs a fun character.
Episode 2 and 3 was some of the worst like voice acting, like as far as writing I've ever seen. But
I love you, Anakin. No, Padme, I love you more. But yeah, I think that's what I'm looking forward to this year, man. I'm also looking forward to 2016, the fucking Warcraft movie. Now, to our viewers at home, me and Beckett will be attending midnight premieres this summer, to see. If we're not there on midnights, we'll be there the next day. We'll come back to podcast to review it. But if we're there for the midnights, we're going to take a YouTube video. We're going to interview people. We're going to have a great time. Mm-hmm. This is going to be the content. This is going to be content we're going to get for everyone. See how people react. And I think Avengers Age of Ultron will probably be our first one, right? Because that's in May. I believe that's the first one. So we're already right off the gate. We're starting badass. And then hopefully we get to go to George Miller's fucking Fury Road, Mad Max, bitches.
I'm ready for Fury Road.
I'm ready for that. I can't wait because I want to go in there. I want to be so excited. I want to see some post-apocalyptic fucking violence. I can't wait.
I'm pumped up for it.
I'm super pumped up. Now, what the fuck are we watching on YouTube now, ladies and gentlemen?
It appears to be, okay, it's ending now, but it was something kind of nerdy, talking about something, I don't know.
A lesser-known scientific discoveries. that girls masturbate funny. I don't know if is that a scientific discovery?
I mean, sometimes you gotta rub the fucking clam, man.
Oh God, rub the
ass.
fucking clam. Also, you can hashtag that. Rub the fucking clam.
Rub the fucking clam.
Rub the
hashtag.
fucking clam. And yeah, we hashtag that shit. We're back here looking for t-shirt ideas. And
we're gonna make a t-shirt that says "Rub the fucking clam."
Rub the fucking clam. Hashtag rub the fucking clam.
If you want to polish the pearl,
you gotta rub the fucking clam.
Hashtag.
Just like hashtag iPussy, which is amazing. Speaking of iPussies, Better Call Saul.
Better Call. Oh my God! The last episode, like this past Monday's episode, was the funniest I've seen so far. Because Saul told his brother that he wants to basically specialize in senior law. And do you know what he did? He went to a fucking... Spoiler alert, folks. He went to a fucking, like, old folks' home dressed in the same suit as fucking Matlock. I mean, this episode was fucking hilarious. Like, it was enjoyable.
It is very tongue-in-cheek, isn't it?
Yes.
But very fun.
Bob Odenkirk is fucking hilarious.
He is a great actor. I got to admit, he nails that role out of the park.
I mean, it's starting off kind of slow, like how Breaking Bad did, but still, I mean, just very solid, hilarious. It's going to get good. It really is going to get good.
Solid performances all the way around. All the way around. We want to see more of it. I can't wait. God, like I say, man, there's just so much to get excited about in the coming weeks, in the future, with all this stuff that we like. I mean, fuck Grey's Anatomy, fuck non-nerd shows. We are excited about the nerd shows.
Oh yes, I mean, especially if people that are fans of, like, you know, different comic books. You got so many, like, me personally, I'm not so much, but you know, you have Gotham and Arrow and the Flash, all the kind of shit like that, and more to come. There's more to come,
a lot more to come.
I mean, even if you're not really...
I understand that CW is gearing up their own crossover series based off Batman Brave and the Bold.
I mean, it's you know...
I mean, I don't know how that's going to work, but we're excited about some kind of Brave and the Bold
speaking
series.
of... did you hear about Jada Pinkett Smith is not going to be in the next season of Gotham?
No, I didn't hear about this.
She actually is not going... She pretty much, you know, quit the show and said that she will not be back for the next season of Gotham. So, some people that I've heard from say that she kind of ruined Gotham, like her character, and that they don't like it because that she is in it.
Right.
Some people are kind of like, you know, well, you know, it's kind of weird.
I mean, I feel that Fish Mooney's story arc kind of weighs down the show.
But
I don't give a fuck what Fish Mooney's doing. I want to give a fuck about what the villains and what Bruce Wayne are doing. I don't care what Fish Mooney's doing halfway across the fucking ocean. I don't care.
But it's true. She is not going to be back for next season.
Well, fucking A, tighten it up. Get away from her dumbass. Fish Mooney blows.
Even though she's like the main poster child for the fucking series.
Well, I mean, but Batman is the main poster child. Fucking the villains.
It's a prequel to Batman.
Fucking Jim Gordon is the prequel.
You always see Jada Pinkett Smith on the cover for like Gotham.
Well, but I mean, I think it can carry...
She's not going to be there now.
I think it can carry its weight without Gotham. I think it can carry its weight without... I think it can carry its weight without Gotham. I think it can carry its weight without...
Jada Pinkett Smith?
Jada Pinkett Smith. Oh, yeah, in a heartbeat, man.
But, yeah, I did read out today that she will not be returning for the next season.
Well, tighten up the story. Get away from her stupid ass. That's the way I feel about it. Fucking
let her go back to her heavy metal career with Wick Wisdom.
Let her go back to her heavy metal career. That's right.
That is one of those horrible metal bands I've ever heard in my life.
Fucking, yeah, it's just a weird thing to do. But, let it get away from that. Well, But like I say, it's just it's just if you're a fan of all this stuff, it's so readily available now. You know what I mean?
Oh, what we're watching now is about the brand new Samsung Galaxy, the Samsung Galaxy 6, which I found interesting that they're actually putting octa-core, an 8-core processor in this device, which actually, to be truthful, it's just a marketing scheme because most quad cores that are out are faster than what an 8-core is because of just the fact of the speed involved. Yes, there's more cores, but there's not really that fast of 8 cores. Like there's no 3.0, 3.5 gigahertz quad core or octa cores. They're 2.4 gigahertz, octa cores. Which yes, you can divide it amongst cores, but yet it's still not that fast of there's not that much of a fast processing speed with the 8 cores on this phone.
Right.
And so, but all it is just a big marketing thing because right now, currently, all there is there's dual core phones and then there's quad core phones, which they're skipping the 6 cores on these phones and going to an octa core. So, in reality, the Samsung 6 is it's going to have octa-core, but in a way, I really think the last generation, the S5s, are better than the S6s because they don't have any removable memory either. They're pulling an iPhone. Basically, you have to buy a 16, a 32, or a 128 gigabyte model for your storage. With the older Samsungs, you could have a 16 gigabyte phone, but it had removable memory where you could add up to 64 gigabytes of memory to it.
Right.
And now they're shying away from that.
I hear you. Yeah, I mean, but that's how they sell more phones. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's a money thing.
It's a money thing. It's a grab.
That's the thing is people with the phones with the older Galaxies. If you buy an 8 gigabyte or a 16 gigabyte phone, who cares? Because it's cheaper, but it also has removable memory that you can add 64 gigabytes to. That's why the iPhones had, different models because if you wanted more, you had to pay for more.
Right. I totally agree. But that's just the way things are going. Like I say, they try to milk you out of the money by saying, "Oh, quad core." That's and really, the average consumer. I mean, other than I think that they would have much more luck. Show them what the product does rather than just saying, "Oh, quad core," because the average consumer has no idea what octa-core. They have no idea what an octa-core is going to do.
The average user, no, because you got to think the main phones in the market are Samsungs and Apple products. When actually in reality, there's actually better phones than those, but that's the main brand that people know. Like there's the new Sony phone, the Xperia, whatever it's fucking called. You can fucking play PS4 games on this motherfucker,
right?
And all this kind of so much better than the S5, a lot better than the S6 or the Apple iPhone 6s, but yet it's a lesser known. Sony is not known for their phones, so it's not a very popular phone.
Right.
But yet these models, the S6s or S5s for the Samsung and the iPhone 6, iPhone 5s, those are your main go-to smartphones for people don't know too much about phones because that's the main brands.
Right. All right, Michael. I'm going to call it for the night. This has been episode 3 of Potato and Bucket. Episode 3. We got it in the bag, man. We got it in the fucking bag.
In the bag.
Episode 3 of Potato and Bucket, broadcasting live from high atop Gotham City in the Nerd Shack. This is Potato, a.k.a. Zach Van Deventer, along with my cohort and podcast partner and partner in crime and drinking buddy,
Michael motherfucking Beckett,
a.k.a. Bucket. and we are signing out. We will talk to you next week about all the things that matter. Remember, you can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Tumblr, YouTube, whatever gets you hard socially, we're fucking there.
Oh, that good shit.
All that good shit, just like woman cum right in the face.
That sounds appetizing.
That does. So, without further ado, we'll talk to you next week, bitches. Good night.